It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Marks and Spencer and Renegade Brewery, and this is a can of their Peachy Pale Ale, low alcohol, 0.5% ABV. I'm trying to balance my January. I'm not necessarily doing dry January, I'm just balancing my January. I suppose, if I'm being completely honest, having a little bit of a wind back, because generally on YouTube, January is a quiet month. Like most businesses, if you go to many pubs, many other businesses, if you go to your garden centre or whatever in January, I know it's cold, but bad example, if you go to a restaurant, or if you go to B&M, somewhere like that, it's generally quiet in January. People are spent out. People are just kind of like checking their kind of finances and whatnot, and they're just having a bit of a break. So it's the reason why I've done quite a few non-alcoholic beers, is that I'm just getting myself ready for 2025. 2025, hopefully, fingers crossed, is going to be a big year on the channel. And I'm just having a balance, if you like, a balance of drinking some beers one night, drinking some non-alcoholic beers the next. And then we'll be full charge into 2025. So this is Peachy Pale Ale, light and fruity, light and peachy. Renegade, I don't think I've had a beer from Renegade for quite a long time. I do remember them, based in London they were at the time. I'm not sure if they're still based in London. Well, we'll have a look on the back of the can in a moment. So this is the third and last can of low alcohol beer that I've reviewed from this Marks and Spencer's range. It started off with a Hepworth British craft lager, which was insanely good. It was fantastic. Followed by an Adnams Pale Ale, which was quite frankly quite terrible. It had an orange, slick, artificial taste to it all the way through. Didn't like that one bit. So far they've been hit and miss, good and bad. Let's hope we can finish on a bit of a high then. Let's hope this Renegade Peachy Pale Ale can be quite good. Good levels of carbonation. Amber coloured beer in the glass, quite clear. Let's get the aroma. It's peachy. It's, again, a bit like the orange of the Adnams. It's just a little bit artificial. Some people will love that. Some people will love that, some people won't. Some people will be like, oh, it's a bit too artificial for me. But each to their own, isn't it? There's a reason why these beers exist. It's because people seem to like it. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Wow. A little bit thin, a little bit watery, a little bit of grain. Nothing's coming close to that Hepworth British craft lager. That was superb, really good. I tell you what that tastes like a little bit. Carbonated peach tea, although there's no tea in it. It's like that same peachy flavour you get from peach tea. And that's it. A little bit of grain, a little bit of peach tea. Marks and Spencer's, I've mentioned this before, they're a funny company. they either get things drastically right or drastically wrong. I've reviewed some amazing foods from Marks and Spencer's. Some of their sausages are out of this world. But then equally, some of their stuff is just bang average. And the problem is when something becomes bang average, because they're deemed as a kind of quite expensive upmarket supermarket, when you get something that's a little bit of a dud, it's not just a little bit disappointing, is it? It's quite disappointing. It's quite disappointing. Now, interestingly though, and what I like about Marks and Spencer's is that I had to go searching for this. If you go to any other of the supermarket, the big three, Tesco's, Morrison's, Asda's, it's all in the front of the aisles now. It's big agenda pushing. January, it's all over the front of the aisles. Guinness Zero, there's signs everywhere for Guinness, and the agenda's there, you know, it's in your face. The good thing about Marks and Spencer's is that I had to go digging for this. I had to go find it. I nearly gave up. I went into the store, I had a little look around, went to the beer aisle, and I was like, oh, no, I can't find it. Perhaps they don't do it. Perhaps Marks and Spencer's don't do any kind of non-alcoholic beer. And then it was actually in the fridge. It was in the cold fridge, and I was like, they got 3 cans. So good on Marks and Spencer's for not overly pushing it, you know, waving that flag of it's January, drink non-alcoholic beer. Well done on them for that, on like having to really search for it. But maybe next year, stick with the Hepworth British Craft Lager. That is superb. It's really good. This really is take it or leave it. I mean, it's kind of like, would I prefer a glass of squash? Would I prefer a cup of tea? Would I prefer a glass of Coke over this? Probably, definitely. Actually, definitely. Let's have a read then. Renegade Brewery, I wanted to see if they're based in London. So they're actually not going to say, because they're just giving Marks and Spencer's address here. We have proudly partnered with Renegade Brewery in Yattendon, there we are, Berkshire, to bring you this low alcohol peach pale ale, which is packed full of flavour. Bright citrus aroma at front, smooth biscuity malt and oats, pine and citrus notes from hops, with a mouth-wateringly refreshing peach taste. Yeah, it's just that kind of like, there we go, peach syrup, 2% peach syrup. It's that kind of peach tea, peach syrupy thing that seems to be making its way into craft beer. Let's hope it goes behind us. Let's hope 2025, although I did have a look at some of the craft beer websites recently, and it's all like yogurt, mango, sours and stuff. It's like, doesn't seem to want to go away, those quite silly beers. Rating. I don't really rate that. For me, it's a 5 out of 10. Just very average. 5 out of 10. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.